Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Billion Damage Cards. This one's going to be a little bit different because we're going to be talking about a tag link mostly, and a couple of cards that really benefit from it, especially in this mode. All right, so the tag link is going to be the Wyatt Sicks links. Multiply gems generated from moves will increase their strength by 6. And this will help out significantly both Pigboy and Mercy. All right. This idea was sent to me by Blueski over in Woken. He and I often talk about card setups and stuff like that, and I thought this was a fantastic idea. So let's talk about it. Joe Gacy here famously has a one-click move set, and we're going to utilize that, except we're going to use the corner whip clothesline to load it. So we're going to deal some damage and choose 7 gems to make into yellow. And then we're going to hit the driving clothesline for every other move. Deal about 1 million damage, make 10 randos, and to multiply gems of strength 11. And then finisher, do about 1 million damage and choose a 2x7 area to swap into red gems and pin the opponent. Okay, that's the entire move set. Our entourage is going to be just enough to get the red move loaded. Mosh for extra multiply gems plus a little bit of a bump. And then Zombie Punk for yellow multiplied gem damage. And then Zombie Bailey for red multiplied gem damage. Obviously, if you had Leo and Howdy, it would work a lot better. And then over with Mercy, we're going to use the triple green setup, except we're only going to be using open hand uppercut and breaking point. And our entourage, this will be loaded by the time we get him in. So it is just multiply gem strength here. So we get 4 from Sherry, 2 from Liv, and then green multiply from Zombie Chelsea. And then we're also going to get green multiply from Striker Brett. People forget he also adds 25% multiply gem damage, and then he gets the 35% more damage. Where both of these cards really shine is with their strap setup. So over here with Pigboy, we're going to be using the Sheriff's Badge. Whenever you break 15 or more red gems, generate 30 yellow. You're breaking 14 red just from your finisher, so you just have to pair it with 1 more red gem, and it'll trigger this plate. And then it will act like a yellow rumble. And then over here, the Hulkamaniac, whenever you break 20 or more gems, increase your red gem damage by 200% for 2 turns. And this just keeps ramping. And then for Mercy, it's just going to be the J plate. I couldn't find a good one to go into the top slot. Everything else is gem damage straps, gem damage metals, and I've tried to pair the metals to be relevant to wherever. So we'll go over here to tier 4, and we'll do a run right quick so we can kind of see what's going on. There's nothing complicated or fancy about the moveset here. It really is, once you get it loaded, you're just going to press the finisher. Finisher is going to load the board with multiplies, and then it's going to break enough to trigger, the Sheriff's Badge. There we go. Sorry about the audio quality. This is another one of those videos where I'm making on the go here. So this is just raw cell phone footage. You can see we're just cruising right along. We don't have to prep the board. There's nothing here that we have to do other than find 1 red to pair this 14 block of reds up with, and then just watch the board blow up. And the amount of damage you can get out of this is actually fairly surprising. With Pigboy especially, if you have Leo and Howdy, you can actually ramp up into some serious damage. Enough to make it so that using like a hot tag, using a hot tag strategy, absolutely viable with Pigboy on showboat days. Don't have to worry about the power gems. We're going to break the board. There may be one or two left, but probably not. You don't even necessarily have to focus on the multiplied gems with red because you know that the yellow is coming back behind. Red's going to be preferable because every time we hit this finisher, we're proccing the Hulkamaniac plate. So the second time we use the finisher, we're getting 200% extra to red. That means on the last time our finisher goes, we should be at about 800% extra red gem damage. So like right here, this is going to be perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 X22 gems are breaking red. And their X22s, 6 of that is coming from the tag link. So that's kind of what gives this moveset a lot of its spice. I forgot to catch exactly how much damage we started off with, but I have a feeling that we're doing a pretty good amount here. We're going to do that one. Even though we're covering up the wild card gem, I think catching all those multiplies in red was worth the sacrifice. And you can see, I mean, there are cycles where we're absolutely wiping out every X22. Or setting our, this is a perfect setup for next time. You drop it right there. And really, the only thing that we're super hoping for is that when we break this last sheriff's badge, that proc will take care of the rest of these X22s. And it did. Look at that. Let's go. When we tag in, we get to take a look at Mercy. I think Pig Boy is better for this mode than Mercy is, but Mercy does enough where it is absolutely usable. It is a 2-click, so one of the rounds is going to feel uncomfortable, and I'm going to make it be the first round. We're going to have to carry over some gems, but you can see those are X25s. All turning green, which is its primary gem color. And then every time we're making all these X25s, we're procking the jade plate. So we are getting 100% extra green gem damage. So we're stacking our green gem damage via the jade plate, and we're throwing out really big multiplies. We're going to stick those right here, and then it'll be the next turn. Now from here, we are going to be able to drop multiplies twice. So we want to make sure that we're covering up the power gems from Taker here. So down there will be fine. Blow them all up. And then we're going to kind of take care of the rest of the power gems with this one. And then we're on to the last turn. The last turn is also going to be a little awkward because we are just not going to be able to do much on the very, very last one. But that's okay. Sometimes it'd be like that. There's one cycle. Here's our last cycle. I'm going to try to pair it with as many green as possible. That's going to catch every single last one on the board. And then our final hit will just be a swipe. Nice cascade. Let's go. And then we'll just make a row break right here. So, at the end of the day, how much damage did we pull off with the Wyatt Sicks combo? Almost 4 billion. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it with a B tier freebie and Mercy. All right. Mercy did a bill on his own. The free tier did about 1.8. And you can increase that damage, like I said, with Leo and Howdy, to probably this combo will reach into the fours extremely comfortably. Okay. As always, if you've learned anything today, if you've been entertained by anything today, or if you just happen to like the sound of my voice, do me a favor, click like, click subscribe, and share with your faction mates. And I'll talk to you next time.